Today in Peroxide, I'm going to be helping you guys progress in whatever faction you will be joining. It could be all of it or it could be some of it. 3 factions is Soul Reaper, Hollow, and Quincy as of right now. And obviously there's little progressions for each of them, which is why I'm going to specify all of them in this video. The timestamps will probably be on the screen or on the description, so feel free to fast forward or go back whenever you want to. However, I'm just going to be focusing on the main things of each faction because that's really important. Everybody's going to be going for it. Obviously, there might be things that I don't cover, so if you have any questions, you could either ask me in the comments below or join my Discord server. Most likely, I'm probably going to make a video on it anyways, so feel free to be subscribed for future videos, such as the loving guide that I'll be making after this. But anyways, let's get this started. So obviously, I'm going to be starting off with Soul Reaper first. So obviously, you go choose your gender, and pretty much, first things first, you want to go and die. But there's a certain way to actually die. So either you talk to Quincy right away, or you go talk or get killed by a Hollow. This way, we're gonna go get killed by Quincy, because pretty much once you get killed by Quincy, you should be able to become a Soul Reaper. To know where everything is, especially whatever like events happen, make sure that you have this. Basically, this is where kind of pinpoints locations for certain things. For example, you guys can see right here, when you first spawn as a human, you still have the Wanden, and you also have the Soul Reaper place. And obviously they have a Hollow, but I'll show you how to do that later. Basically, you guys can see right here, you're gonna go here and you talk to Quincy just like this. Speak to Quincy. I'd like to become a Soul Reaper. Minor problem. You appear to be living and breathing, which unfortunately means you cannot join the dead in their land. Unless, of course, you perished. So there we go. You die just like that. And boom. There we go. You're a Soul Reaper just like that. Now you can actually see everybody, which makes more sense. And obviously, you go start off your progression just like that. Now, worth noting, like I said, you get new icons. So this is a new mission board. There's another mission board right there. And also, when you go click on the Roblox top left right here, you get access to all the rerolls for your clans. You guys can see right here. I spawned in as Lee, which is not any of the, what's it called? Rares or legendaries. So you can just keep on spinning that. Obviously, as a Soul Reaper, you're going to be trying to progress for the 2 main things, Shikai and Bankai. In order to get Shikai, you have to be level 15 and you have to meditate. Now, you can level with a lot of ways. Me personally, if you don't have a friend to boost you or kind of help you out, you pretty much want to be doing these mission boards or the raids that spawn into this world. However, there will be a lot of people that will probably be helping you guys even in the server. So the best place is actually going to Soul Society. This is the other mission or leveling way for me that I recommend, and it's called Invasions. Obviously, you need somebody or like maybe teammates to help you out in this because there are high level NPCs in which you will be fighting. Like, for example, this person's probably doing an invasion right here, and they need to fight these NPCs. And you have to be a high level to do that. Anyways, to access this, it's basically on the right side of spawn. And pretty much, you can actually obviously find out when you go and turn on this Ryatsu thing. You guys can see it's the purple icon. Obviously, basically, you talk to this guy, and then he will send you to an invasion mission. It gives EXP, but also gives you potential in order to kind of max out your combat stats or support stats. That's important because, like I said, whenever you do max out your level, you have to limit break your potential as well. Now, when you get your Shikai, then you can start your progression to Bankai. Bankai is a little bit more straightforward. However, it does require more steps. Pretty much, you have to get 420 points or Bankai points. What this means is essentially, when you reach 85, your progression for Bankai actually starts. In order to gain points, which you have to keep track yourself, there's no meter for it, by the way. Anyways, to gain points, the 4 ways is Stormarankars, fighting Stormarankars in Hueco Mundo, doing time gates, and obviously you have to win it in order to actually get points. Incursions, which are basically the events that happen within like certain places, and invasions. However, invasions give a small amount of points, and currently I do not know the specific amount. However, it doesn't really matter because the 2 main ways you're probably going to get points is either farming Stormarankars or doing time gates. Because Stormarankars, for every kill, you get 10 points for each kill as long as you get credit. And in time gates, you get 75 points if you win. So that means if you do the Stormarankar way only, you have to only kill 42 Stormarankars, which is actually pretty decent. And if you do time gates, you basically have to do 6. You have to get 6 wins. And then you could get Bankai. Now for Hollow, it's much more self-explanatory. Basically, this one, you have to actually just die right away. Either it's by a player or NPC. We're going to go find a Hollow to kill me though, because there's not an actually NPC like Soul Reapers which actually kill you. All right, so there's these invisible ones, which makes sense because a human usually can't see hollows. But I'm gonna die to one of these. There we go. I died. So basically, when I died to that Menos, by the way. Pretty much what you want to do is you have this chain and you want to pull it out. So I'm gonna spam G, and pretty much you're just gonna keep spam G, and then there we go. You get this aura around you, and then boom, you become a hollow. Now all these like little change, like how I look like right now, is all just like random. But obviously you can check your clan right here. Well, what's important is actually going to Huecamundo, because that's where your progression to Arrancar, which is what you're probably gonna want to do unless you want to stay as Vastalorde. But pretty much you want to go left click. If you right click, you're gonna get the Gargantua Menos Forest. You don't want to do that. You want to left click, which basically gives you the actual Huecamundo. See that? Enter Huecamundo. And this is where I basically speed ran this. Now I'm gonna first start and state off where you're probably gonna want to go and probably stay at for now, unless you want to obviously become an Arrancar. But let's just focus on the main thing, which is actually becoming a Vastalorde. To become a Vastalorde, you have to go from a hollow to Menos. You get to level 20 by just killing hollows, and then basically once you're level 20, you have to go find red-eyed hollows. Red-eyed hollows are basically hollows with these eyes that are red. You kill a red-eyed hollow, which gives you a red eye. Then you kill another red-eyed hollow with red eyes, and then you basically become a Menos. If you ever die with red eyes, you might, and then you haven't killed your second one, you will have to restart that progression, the red-eyed progression. Now this is why doing this whole quest line is a little bit crazy, because a lot of hollow progression, if you die, you have to reset that stage. So that's why I recommend doing it with friends or doing it first when release happens, because if you don't, later on a lot of people will probably spawn killing you and stuff. But if you're at even ends with a lot of people, might as well just do it start of release and just do Soul Reaper and Quincy later. Once you're a Menos, basically what you want to do, you're going to be given 2 bars on the left side of your screen. The top bar is the amount of hollows you have to kill. The bottom bar is the amount of time you have to become a Menos. Basically keep doing it until both bars are filled up. And if you ever die as a Menos during this progression, you get reverted back to a hollow. So you want to make sure you don't die. This one's also hard. Like I said, either start it at the very start or have a friend do it with you. Once you complete those requirements, you should be able to become an Ajuchas. Now this grind's a little bit tedious, but if you do die, you won't really lose anything aside from the points or kills you have to do. What I mean by that is, as an Ajucha to Vastalorde, you have to get 1.7 hollow kills. Now that might seem a lot, but let me restate this though. That's 1.7 hollow kills if you were to only kill hollows. However, certain NPCs within Huecamundo actually give more kill credit. If you see on your screen right here, normal hollow kills count as 1, red-eyed hollows count as 3 kills, Menos count as 5 kills, and 12 if ancient. Ajuchas count as 10 kills, 25 if ancient. Vastalordes count as 50 kills, 75 is if ancient. And Stormarancars count as 100 kills. So yeah, basically what I recommend is either grinding Stormarancars with a friend, and if you can't do it with a friend, start grinding Vastalordes, because Vastalordes are actually a little bit easy, way easier, and it's only 50 kills, which is a lot. Also, if you eat the dead hollows, it still counts as 1 kill. However, like I said, in order to get credit, you will know if you have a yellow like EXP aura around you. You'll know what I mean whenever you guys do get a kill or just get EXP in general. It basically shows you that. I'm going to show you guys where to find the soul, the Vastalordes. Basically, if you keep going from an end to one end of the Huecamundo, you're probably going to meet a place where basically there's a trench on the bottom. You might think it's a void, but it's not. It's actually not a void. As you guys can see right here, I'm actually getting close to it. Pretty much what you want to do is drop down to this void, or not void, this trench. You guys see right here, you go drop down here. Let me just show y'all where this is from like a free cam perspective. You guys can see right here, that is the void, and pretty much this is Huecamundo, which is on the like right sides and right here. So basically it's in the other end, right? Pretty much, as you guys can see right here, when you go down this void or this trench, there will be Vassalordes. Vassalordes are that thing right there. You see that guy that this guy is fighting? That thing right there. Basically, they spawn in this trench. And what I recommend is just farm them. You basically hop every server once you finish that. And it's just that, so on and so forth. And you'll know when you get the credit, when you get this yellow orb, like I said. So you can get it by doing a certain amount of damage. And I just recommend just doing it with a friend just in case you know, die. But anyways, once you become a Vassalorde, you have a choice to either become an Arankar or stay as a Vassalorde. Vassalorde gets exclusive moves to themselves only, so maybe you want to stay as Vassalorde. However, if you do want to become an Arankar, you can always click G at any time. G basically takes off your mask, it resets your stats, however, and you become an Arankar with the cost of just having to re-level again. To get res in Segunda is the similar or very similar requirements as Shikai and Bankai. Now, to awaken your res in Segunda as an Arankar, it's pretty simple. Well, what I mean by that is it's not as like, it doesn't work the same way as Shikai and Bankai. However, the requirements are similar. So for res, you automatically get res. So that's pretty cool. However, for Segunda, you have to basically be level 90 and obtain 420 points. Obviously, the same like point system works like how I said for the the Bankai progression. However, basically, once you fulfill that requirement, you have to go to Menos Forest and look for a broken down building. You enter the hole that is located in the middle of it, and then you enter the hunt. And basically, when you enter the hunt, basically you have to fight the Hollow Prince boss, and once you defeat it, you get your Segunda. Just like that. Now for Quincy, it's very self-explanatory to actually becoming it. Just like Soul Reaper, you're gonna go find an NPC. You can find it by basically using this tool. This tool is very helpful for anything, honestly, because it tells you whenever an event happens as well. However, like I said, you see this Wanden thing, you have to go there. You see this NPC right here. Basically, he has the icon, like I said. You talk to him. He's gonna say, you look like you hold some spiritual potential, and it's basically gonna ask you, do you want to become a Quincy? Basically, just say sure, and boom, just like that, you're a Quincy. That's where your progression starts. Now, as a Quincy, you're basically progressing for Scrhift and Voltstandig. Luckily enough, this is similar to Hollow, where Scrhift, you get it right away. You just basically keep on leveling, and then the more cards you get, the higher chance, obviously, you get your other Scrhift moves. And if you click N, you get your bind slots as well to actually get it. However, what you're basically going to be aiming for is Voltstandig. Voltstandig, just like Bankai, you have to get 420 points. Like I said, the point system is universal. I recommend doing time gates or farming Storm Arankars when the time is being. And like I said, you have to be level 90. Basically, what you want to do when you reach all those requirements, you have to talk to Yuhaba. Or as other people say, Yuwatch. I'm pretty sure it's Yuhaba, but, you know, some people got on my ass for calling it that. So, yeah. Anyways, basically, there's this castle right here in Wandenreich. Basically, you have to go there because that is where Yuhaba is at. Yuhaba is right here, as you guys can see right here. And when you have the requirements, you'll be able to talk to him. You talk to him, and he's going to be like, oh, hey, man, it's your time to go. There's two stages. One where you fight and perfect block a golem. And second stage is a boss fight where basically you get your Volt when you defeat it. It's pretty self-explanatory for Quincy. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, you guys can always ask me or my other people in my Discord. It will always be in the description below. You can always do that. Or you can comment down below. I'm going to upload my leveling guide soon after this. So if you guys want that right away, let's get this video to 3,000 likes.